let's get to some of the questions that we get, the more common questions. Engine and pipe. I mean, that is something I get almost daily. And here's my thinking on it. You can see that I'm running a Nova Rossi P5, which is 0.21 block engine, and you have to understand this is a modified engine, so it's, you know, a little bit different, but it depends on your price range. So, you know, if money's no object to you, then get a clocked 28.7 or a clocked OS 25XZ, you'll be gold. If you're looking in the 200, 250 range, I would certainly recommend this B5 2013 pipe combination. I've seen a slew of people run this on truggies and have tremendous success. If you're looking for something just down and dirty, I'd recommend the big brother to this Losi 350, which is the Losi 454. I've seen them on eBay for like $130, and I've driven those engines. I've seen them all the time, and hey, they can certainly push a truggy. Now, I can hear people already, what about LRP, man? They're the baddest, they're the most powerful in the world. Okay, well, here's my thoughts on it. I'm not hating on it. I mean, I know we have subscribers that have them. All I can tell you is this: I've yet to see one that kicks ass. Right? It doesn't live even close to the hype that I hear about it. And I understand that it's a newbie engine, so maybe the people that have them just haven't really learned how to tune yet, but how can I recommend anything that, you know, frankly, everyone I've seen sounds like shit. One of our subscribers, you know, was asking about the engines and whatnot, and he was considering a stock Roma. Man, I got to tell you, I'm just going to be straight. I would get the 454 for $130, $140, whatever, versus this for $350, $400. That's just me, because, you know, you're really, you know, if this is like your second nitro in your first build and things like that, I just cannot in good conscience, you know, this is a badass engine, make no doubt about it. But it's one of those things you kind of want to feel your way around before, you know, really taking a huge step like something like that. Another thing you have to remember is that this truggy right here, it looks light because all the carbon fiber and whatnot, but it's actually a pretty heavy truck. Just a quick unscientific weigh-in. You can see right here, 9 pounds, 6.05 ounces for the versus 8 pounds, 15.95 ounces for Big Bertha here. Big Bertha has a bigger engine, no carbon fiber, and a lot of aluminum parts. And here they are, head to head. As far as servos go, kind of the same thing. So in other words, I have for steering, a 130T, which is 288 ounces of torque at 0.10 seconds. And in my mind, that's kind of the beginning of a good servo for this. All right. Now, if I were to put one like a 100T that is 216 ounces of torque in 0.14 seconds versus, let's say, a Los 0819, which is, you know, like 80 ounces of torque, whatever, you're not going to tell a difference between the two other than the price. One is $50, one is $5. So hopefully that makes sense, because again, you know, there's kind of that level that you get to where you go, okay, now, yeah, that kicks ass. But, you know, below that, you just don't want to, you know, you get stuck in that middle ground. You don't want to overpay for something in that area, because I don't think you're going to see much of a difference in a $50 servo versus a $5 servo. Other questions I get are about available upgrade options, or they call them hop-ups. Not many. You know, if anything, just things to rectify known issues, such as the A-arms. You won't find those anywhere, by the way, so if you find a site in China that claims to sell them, go ahead and pass on that. The only, you know, quote-unquote upgrade that I'm looking to get are the chassis braces, the aluminum one, just because the chassis does flex a little bit. But other than that, I mean, you're really just probably going to have to look at other different makes to improve it, because again, there's just not much aftermarket. The other thing I've get a lot of questions about are the starter boxes. I'd recommend this $35 Hobby Parts box. I did a review on it way back. Tell you what, if the Tamiya Truggy was the best deal I've ever gotten in this hobby, this is easily the second best deal. This Often the Truggy box here is considered, like the best box in the hobby, and it's like a $130 box. They are the exact same, to the point I've even been, swapping, parts in and out to where I think I've got like one of the engines from here inside of here, and I think I've got the wheel from this one in here. I've just been, going back and forth as I need to. They are the same thing. Now you might need to get a little bit creative with the plates on this. That is the one difference, the plates that come with it. But if you have to, you can get these for like $4 or $5. And then the final question I get most commonly is, what setup? And my answer is, I don't know. I mean, it just depends on your driving style. It depends on where you're going to be driving it and all that good stuff. What I'll do though is I'll tell you, just kind of a good, I guess, base setup where it's going to be difficult to go wrong. And that would be 7K in the front, 10K in the middle, and 4K in the rear. I've seen people put like 100,000K in the center, and I mean, God almighty, you drive it in mud or what? I don't understand, but I mean, I've bashed it in every terrain possible with 10K in the center. It's been fine. As for shocks, again, what I would recommend just as a good basic, any oil weight from 35 to 45. If you're going to be doing a lot of jumping, maybe go with the smaller pistons, because that'll help with the damping, a little bit heavier oil. If you're going to be bashing it on very bumpy surfaces, go lighter, maybe with the larger piston holes. As far as ride height, again, just kind of depends. The best thing you can do is do your best to keep the chassis level. Higher is going to give you more grip. So you want it higher if you're, like maybe in a low traction surface or something. And then lower is going to give you a little bit better handling. Right now, this is more, I got it kind of in a basher setup as far as ride height. For the track, and again, my son likes aggressive vehicles, so, I put the ride height at about something like this right here. Again, just make sure that, first and foremost, they're equal lengths here, and in the rear, of course, and there's not too much of a difference. I've done a video on how to measure your ride height, so you can probably leverage that. And then finally, if this is your first kit to build, my advice would be go slow, right? Because I've seen people, and it's their first kit, and they blew through it in 8 hours and then wonder why everything's coming apart on it. Also, precision means everything. And I'm referencing like, toe links, camber adjustments, and things such as that. To me, it gives you kind of just a, generic guide, what they recommend as far as the settings. But you want to make sure that they're equal on both sides, because if they tell you, okay, you want to go 0 degree toe and you go like 1 degree toe out, it's fine as long as you're the same, as opposed with something like this. And if you're unable to see, my camber settings are different on each side. It doesn't matter if you're driving in the Nitro Dirt Challenge or in your backyard. It will make all the difference in the world. Next are these diff case rings. I've heard of a lot of people having issues with them. I don't know yet because I haven't serviced the differential since I built this. I haven't seen any signs of leakage, so we'll see. But again, I hear people have had a lot of issues. I'm referring to these right here. People have also had a hard time getting them on during the build. So best thing I can tell you, you just have to push. It's really difficult, but you have to use all your strength. And they do have to go up flush right here, because it's going to stop at a certain point. You're not going to be able to fit it, and you're going to think, what the hell? You just have to keep going all the way up. Next are these bulkhead screws. And, I guess because they're stainless steel or whatever, a lot of people have had difficulties getting them in. I was really concerned with it. Mine went right in. No problem whatsoever. And all I can tell you is that's what I used right there. An MIP Thorx hex driver. And just remember, you're going to have to get them out at some point. So I saw one guy use pliers to get them in. It was nasty. So, obviously do what you have to do, but if it begins to strip, I like, this right here works fine. I did it on all of them. No problem. All right, so that's it. I think I covered most everything. There'll be plenty of videos in the future, in different areas that we're enhancing, and a lot of driving videos. I apologize for being a day late on this. Actually, the reason for that is that we're going to be doing some different tests. And short version is, I love this engine so much that I want it. I don't think Andrew really needs a really just insanely powerful engine, and that's just because of his driving style. Again, he's slow as fast. He just gets around the track is all he does, and doesn't crash, and hey, it works out for him. But me, I'm a bat out of hell. And so I want something that will just move. So my thoughts are to put this P5 in the Monster, replacing the B6, which I love. Put the B6 in Andrew's Low C8 2.0, and then put the B5 from the 2.0 into this truggy. The reason that we didn't post this video yesterday is I wanted to show this truggy with the B5 in it today, just so you guys get an idea of what that, that engine can do. It's a $200 engine, and unfortunately it's pouring raining today. So the assumption is that will all work out. If it doesn't, for whatever reason, there's a wrench in any of those 3 different plans that we have, then we'll revert back accordingly, but I think that's going to be our go. And it actually is really amazing just, how putting an engine in a different vehicle makes a world of difference. The OS25XC, it was good. It was very nice in my D8T, but I tried it in this Hyper 7, and it's just destroying everything in its path. And if you think it's the weight, it's not, because they're very, very similar in weight. Thanks so much, guys, for watching this video. I have some very interesting videos coming up, including the Savage Rebuild series to rebuild the Savage Part 8. Just a sneak preview. I finally decided on a new pipe. I tested out different pipes, and why do I have a vented clutch bell with aluminum shoes? It's going to be pretty interesting. This will have a weekly projects video where you'll see why it is that I added weight, which I didn't want to my Lithium, as well as why the hell won't anything break on this Mugen MBX6R. Big Bertha's had an extreme makeover, and next Saturday you'll see Truggy v Truggy. Me and Andrew going at it. Big Bertha versus the Pink Menace.